This is Father Andrew Ritchie, and you're listening to Catholic Inspiration, a podcast from my website at studyprayserve.com. These homilies, presentations, and retreats form part of my ministry as a Catholic priest for the Diocese of Superior. And now I invite you to open your hearts to some Catholic inspiration. Today is Friday of the 19th week of the year. Our gospel reading is Matthew chapter 19, verses 3 to 12. Some Pharisees approached Jesus and tested him, saying, "Is it lawful for a man to divorce his wife for any cause whatever?" He said in reply, "Have you not read that from the beginning the Creator made them male and female, and said, 'For this reason a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh?' So they're no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, man must not separate." They said to him, "Then why did Moses command that the man give the woman a bill of divorce and dismiss her?" He said to them, "Because of the hardness of your hearts, Moses allowed you to divorce your wives. But from the beginning it was not so. I say to you, whoever divorces his wife, unless the marriage is unlawful, and marries another, commits adultery." His disciples said to him, "If that is the case of a man with his wife, it is better not to marry." He answered, "Not all can accept this word, but only to those to whom that is granted. Some are incapable of marriage because they were born so, some because they were made so by others, some because they have renounced marriage for the sake of the kingdom of heaven. Whoever can accept this ought to accept it." Is it lawful to divorce? They're trying to trap Jesus. And folks, I'm ready to deal with this particular passage head on because divorce is such a prominent reality in our world today. Maybe as you're listening, you've gone through divorce. As you're listening, your family members or close friends have gone through a divorce. Maybe your parents have gone through a divorce. I really don't know anyone who says, "Yeah, I don't have anybody in my family or friendship or acquaintance who's been through a divorce." The fact is, it's present and is painful. And so we need to hold up two things here today that are very, very important. First, we want to protect and raise up the beauty and power of marriage. We want to raise up this holy sacrament where the two become one flesh, united, fused together. We want to say something beautiful and precious and sacred and holy about the gift of marriage. We want to do that, and we want to protect that gift of marriage. We want to support couples who are living their marriages, and we want to build them up, and we want to encourage marriage wherever possible. That's right and good and holy and true and just. We want to say something beautiful about marriage. But as Jesus pointed out, the people granted a bill of divorce through Moses. That divorce has been a part of our human landscape for thousands of years. And so we understand that there are times that even though we say the most beautiful and precious things about marriage, marriages can melt down, fall apart, break up. And how do we respond? The fact is, we're called to bring all of the pastoral gifts and the strength of our faith to bear upon those who are going through divorce. We want to try to heal people and help people. We want to do that on a lot of reasons. Nobody, I think, goes to the altar with an eye to divorce. We want to affirm that when people are getting married, they're getting married because they believe in it. But when life happens and things go sideways, how do we respond? How do we help? How do we support? How do we become agents of healing so that the people who are going through a divorce, through the difficulty, through the pain, through the suffering, through the struggle, they're sustained, they are helped, they are aided so that in time they can be made whole. The struggle with divorce is because we want to say something beautiful about marriage. God made it that way. Divorce is a reality of part of the woundedness of our human nature. So friends, if it's wounded, then let's not make it worse. But when we encounter people who are going through divorce, do what we can to help them get in a healthy, holy, strong place so they can continue to live and love and serve the Lord, be present in the community, and help one another. If you're going through a divorce right now, it's a good time to reach out to good people and just say, hey, can we visit? Can we talk? And if you know loved ones who are going through a divorce, to reach out and say, you want to grab a cup of coffee? I'm concerned about you. Maybe you just want to talk. You want to spend some time. You want to hang out. Maybe they say no, but not because someone didn't ask. If we open the door for conversation, if we take time to pray, if we include people going through divorce in activities and opportunities, then we create moments whereby God's grace can bring healing to hearts that have been hurting because of a divorce. It's a part of our life, folks. And while I don't wish it on anyone, we got to respond to it. We got to be able to bring the pastoral, tender, compassionate care of Christ to those brothers and sisters who are hurting. And in doing so, help them to heal, that they might be able to live their lives at full power. The Pharisees were trying to test Jesus, knowing that marriage is beautiful and good, but knowing that divorce is real. Welcome to our world. We need not hide from it, pretend it's not there, or run away, but rather we deal with it head on, praying for those who are going through divorce, asking for God's grace and strength, that we might be agents of healing, that God's love will work in and through the hearts and lives of those who are struggling, that they might be made whole. God bless you all. This is Father Andrew Ritchie, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Catholic Inspiration. These homilies, podcasts, presentations, and retreats are part of my ministry. And folks, if you found it helpful, please feel free to share my podcast with someone you know and love in the hopes that it will help them in their journey of faith. And you can help me if you just go back to your podcast engine and write me a rating and a review. I keep all my listeners in my daily prayers, and I ask that you remember me in yours as well. God bless you, my friends.